Hello guys, and welcome back to MineCraze Terra Nochsta. In the last episode we built a very awesome light sensor array. And I mentioned the reason for that was because we're going to build a lighthouse over here. There's been a little bit of an update on that. In the latest snapshot, we've been introduced to the new upcoming redstone lamps, which are pretty nice. And I'm thinking I might want to upgrade my lighthouse. The original design I used pistons, but I might want to upgrade it to use those. There's a slight problem. I tested it in the snapshot, and they're quite laggy. Like when they switch on and off, they cause lag, which they really don't have a right to. Like the test I did with that was noticeably laggy when it was running, whereas the earlier test I did with the pistons, like if I checked F3 and watched the frame rate, you could see it dropped, but it was not noticeably so. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I won't end up using those, but it's also quite possible that that issue will be fixed by the time the actual release comes out. So in either case, I'm going to put the lighthouse on hold until I've resolved that. But instead, I'm just going to do some more work around this harbour, town, port, place. I need to think of a name for it, seriously. But yes, so I'm going to do some work, maybe build a few buildings, try and make it look more like a place that people would actually do harbour-y stuff in. So, I'm thinking of ideas for like buildings we might want to have, things like cafes, seaside places, maybe an inn. I've got a few ideas, and cool ideas for names and things, and stuff, so I'm going to just start building randomly. Or something. I'm going to take a look around, think of what I want to do first, and then I'll let you know what I've decided, so be back shortly. Alright, been working on a few ideas here. So I've extended this path from the fountain area over this way, and I'm thinking this might be a sort of a main street type thing, and it'll probably end up connecting to my road back to my base. But over here I want to have another junction, and this way it lines up perfectly with the wharf over there. So I thought just add a little centerpiece here. Why not build a palm tree? Did some tests on creative mode for different designs for good looking palm trees, and also tried it in the new snapshot, and I think they look best if you do it with the jungle logs. Obviously I can't do that now, so I'm just going to use birch for now, because I think that's the next best thing. So I'm going to build a trunk, and I have to see if I can remember how I did this. I had some fence posts around here, and yeah, if you look at a palm tree, they often have like old drier leaves just hanging around the base of the trunk, so that's what these fence posts are meant to represent. And I got just regular leaves. I don't know, depending on texture packs, I thought maybe the jungle leaves would look best, but these ones look best, at least in mine, the way I had them. I think that goes there. Try and do this from memory here, so this one, cover that up. Oops, now I can't reach that. Also, it's a lot harder when you can't just fly. There. These ones go down from there, I think. I'm not sure, I might be building these at the wrong level. It started raining just as the sun's setting too, which is a bit unfortunate because it means we can't demonstrate the light sensor and its sensitivity to rain because it would be dark anyway. I think that looks and again we've got the birch logs which don't look quite as nice, but I'm trying to remember if that's how I had the leaves or not. It looks okay. The other thing I was going to do, how tall is this? 2, 3, 4 times 4. Oh, that's not going to be enough. But palm trees tend to look kind of scaly, almost like big pineapples. So if you put buttons on there, gives them a little bit of texture. Of course I don't have quite enough stone here. But, you know, you can see the idea. I'll finish up the other side. So there we go, there's a palm tree. And I'll probably do a few more of those, maybe slightly different shapes and sizes around the place. Alright, so what I've started working on here is I'm going to build sort of a tavern or inn type place. So yeah, there'll be like a bar, a small restaurant type thing, and some accommodation type places. So I've got the layout here, it sort of goes in a hook shape, and this is just going to be a corner, which I think this will just be sort of an open veranda type thing. So the ground floor will be mostly just be the bar and cafe or whatever, and maybe a lounge or something, and probably there'll be 2 stories above that with rooms and things. And I've decided I want to build it out of these logs, so I've planted a bunch of saplings over there. Some of them started to grow, so I need to figure out where I want to put the stairs. Entrance is going to be here. Don't know if I want to have another entrance there or if that should just be a window. Might just be a window, I'll see. But we could put maybe the stairs along the back wall here. Maybe? Let's see. If we have the stairs there, we could go up the back and maybe we could have a bar in front of it, even. Although we might want that more around the corner. Not sure. Anyway, I'll think about it and have a look, and then I'll get back to you. So, I've put a bit of a framework of the building together, as you can see right here. I'm wondering, it would kind of look good if this veranda was even covered, and I could use that as a balcony or something. I'm just a bit worried about it looking a bit close to the tree, seeing as how the tree comes right out to here. But I guess I might be able to still put a smaller veranda balcony thing. So I've got stairs that go up here to the 2nd floor, and then up to here to the 3rd floor. And I realised something as I was building this about the plumbing is going to be really hard. There isn't a lot of space, and I like things with working plumbing. So my solution to that, I thought we could just do it sort of a dodgy cheap place with not very good plumbing, and just have a public bathrooms on the ground floor. And then I remembered, well, what's the theme and style for this whole harbour place? Is it like modern or a more of an old-fashioned style? And there's sort of a bit of a weird balance there, because I am including lots of things that I expect to find in a modern seaside town, but a lot of the theme I want it to be more of an old-fashioned style, sort of to go with some other projects I want to have around here. So I thought that would work really well to do bathrooms in that case, because I don't have to really worry about showers and stuff. They could just have like a wash tub sort of thing, and for bathrooms we can just have an outhouse out the back. We don't need to do flushing toilets. All we need to do is have a little shed with a hole in the ground. There's no actual hole, I'm going to dig that later, but that's what we've got. A dispenser here I can load up with toilet paper, and there's 2 of them, and then this is luxury. We have a cauldron of water, you can even wash your hands. The other idea I thought of, and I thought generally for the town, since I've gone to all the effort of building this lovely light sensor, and with those new upcoming lamps, I could probably do some things and have lamps along the sides of some of the main streets that actually turn on at night and off during the day. But then as far as this tavern place goes, I thought, well, I wanted to have a fireplace anyway, and I thought it would be really cool if I could make the fireplace automatically light at night. And I've been experimenting with some ideas. It's possible if you have lava and stuff, and using some clever tricks to make it light netherrack. The problem with that is it's really slow to light, pretty much, is the main problem. So I thought maybe I can just use flaming minecarts, which isn't going to be quite as nice because while it'll look like fire, you won't actually have all the sounds and the effects and the light, although I could probably incorporate some other lights in here as well, so it still lights up when it's lit. But I figure that's the only way to make it work reliably. So I'm going to get these 2 minecarts and have them flaming. The idea is, I tested this and I think this is the right height. I'm going to have them sitting just on top of these slabs. Underneath those slabs are sticky pistons, so they will push them up. And these sticky pistons to the side will push blocks above them when they're down to hide the fire to be off. And using that, I'll be able to put glowstone or something down there somewhere, which would cause light to come up from there when the fireplace is lit. So I've made a space over here. I'm going to try and light these minecarts on fire. And I've just built over here so I don't burn my floor down or anything, because that would suck. Ouch. That's right, I'm not invincible anymore. I'm in survival mode now. So there's one. Ow. And there's another. We have 2 burning minecarts. Brilliant. I think that's just how we want it. So they're right next to each other, and at this height, if there are blocks here, that's going to cover up all the fire, which is brilliant. And of course you can see these pistons here. I'll have to put something there. I could maybe have like a plant or something growing there, just to hide that. And then we can tidy up the floor in here, in the walls and stuff. Maybe I should have done this before. Oh well. So here we have a fireplace. And yeah, I've put dirt around everything just to make it a little bit darker so the lighting becomes more obvious. Also, it does get daylight down the chimney, but I think I might end up having some sort of cap at the top, so it won't be quite so bright. It's nearly night time anyway. But all we do is flick this lever, which is, of course is temporary, but fire turns on, and as you can see it's also lighting up the place. So just what we want. So yeah, I did it just like I said. These pistons under here. One thing I changed, instead of having the minecarts on slabs, they're now on top of fence posts, and that was so when I put these jack-o'-lanterns under here, before the slabs were level with those and actually blocked their light off. But now, because it's fence posts, A, they're lower, and B, they're transparent anyway, so the light can still get through. So it lights the place up like it's a real fire. So there's at least that, even if you don't get the other effects like the smoke particles and the crackling fire sound. The only thing is you've got to be a bit careful, because as we saw before, pistons are transparent, so whatever we use to hide them has to be a solid block. But it probably would be anyway, so it's just a thing to be cautious of. And the only thing to do next is to wire this up to our light sensor, which actually the sensor itself is just a few blocks that way where you can access, but of course we need to get from our output, which is in over there. So I'll have to have a wire going down here, and I'll probably run a wire down along the main street, because as I said, I'll probably have some other things that it powers as well. So I'm going to do that now. See you soon. Alright, the sun is just setting now. So now's a good time to watch and check that this is working. I've wired it up, taken the output from around there, And the wire goes under there and it branches off to power our fireplace. So hopefully, very soon, one of those sensors should fire and we will get fire. There we go. Okay, that was not meant to happen. I might have cross-wired something or short-circuited or something like that. I'm going to take a look at it and see if I can fix it by morning. Not sure why I didn't notice this before, but here where I'm extending the signal through this repeater is going to cause feedback the other way. I guess all the other times when I tested it, it must have very luckily fired in the right order so that that didn't cause any problems. Just check the other side, make sure I haven't done the same thing elsewhere. No, that should be fine. And yes, it's daytime now. I decided to sleep because I couldn't exactly tell what was the problem. So I thought if I waited till day with that, and there were skeletons and things trying to kill me. Okie dokie, so I've made quite a fair bit of progress now. I've pretty much finished off the ground floor, and I figured out where the roof's going to go, and I started that a little bit. So, you go in here, there's our stairs. Lag, why is there lag? That was weird. Yes. Stairs. There's a bar here. We've got bar stools. You can't actually jump on top of these because of the fence posts, but oh well. Well, you can if you get along the side, but then you're up level with the bar, which is a bit weird. But I like the look of them. I've seen it done with pistons as well, but they're a bit weird because you have the edge around the floor, which is shallower, and it doesn't match with the floor, so I don't quite like that. I'll try and avoid it. So yeah, this is what I've done. This is the bar, gate here, so you can serve people, a little keg thing with a tap. And here's the kitchen, stove for cooking, some chests, a sink, and a workbench. What else do you need in a kitchen? I'll probably put a jukebox here when I have one. Don't have any diamonds on me, they're all back at home, so. And yeah, to cover up those pistons I just made a little shelving thing with 2 stairs and slabs across the top. And there's these tables with, again, pressure plates on posts, half slabs with signs on the back to make a little chair thing. And then I've put the windows around, all over the place. As you can see, like so. I did have a weird glitchy thing with the fireplace again, like the other night or something. It seemed to go on and then off again, even though I thought I fixed that problem. So I did check, and I haven't seen anywhere else where something like that could be happening, but there might be something I've missed. I don't know. So yeah, the roof is here. So on the ground floor you have 4 blocks of space to make a nice spacious open dining area and bar. The other floors you only have 3 blocks of space. Well, 1 second. 3 for the wall. Here it's probably also going to be 3 with the ceiling, but the windows will only come up to the 2nd height, because that's where the roof and the eaves start. Although they might have some more spacious things underneath the roof cavity, because there's going to be quite a big amount of space there. I might have like attics and things, possibly for storage or whatever. But for a large part of it, some of the rooms, at least the more fancy ones, might have that open. And there might even be like cables and windows in there as well. It depends how it ends up working out. And the chimney comes up to here. Obviously it's going to go higher. The only thing I don't quite like about this position is normally I'd like to have the fireplace and the chimney protrude a little bit to give it a bit more of a shape. But I couldn't do that here because there's a road right outside. Still haven't decided whether I want to do a balcony here or not. I probably could do one like at this level. I don't know about the next level. I think I will probably put one in. It won't come out right to the edge. It'll be like... How many of these have I got? So it might be more just something like that. Could maybe even trim that so it's a little bit, or make it go like that, or something. And possibly the same up there, I'll see. But that's what I've got so far. Alright, I guess now's a pretty good time to dig out these toilets. Oh, can't get in. I'm too clever. So, probably want to connect them into one central pit. How many spaces between is it? 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I think we want to make the edges all nice and solid with cobblestone. Should have brought a shovel. I could make one. I've got a... I left all my wood elsewhere. So, oh well, it's not too much dirt and we're down to the cobblestone layer. Or I could just go up and then come down again. Because I'll have to use water to do that, won't I? There we go, that works. Okay, let's grab some of these chaps. Go away, skeleton. Ouch. I'll flush you down the dunny in a minute. Let's just get rid of this. Bang. Oops. Well, we'll find out where that is when we go back up. Why must stone pickaxes be so slow? Oops, daytime. Skeletons are burning. Free coal. Can't complain much. Meh, I don't care, I'm complaining anyway. All this work for something no one's ever gonna see. Well, you have to see me making it, but... I mean, I'm not gonna see it at all after this. I don't plan on regularly coming here to, you know, clean it out or anything. I guess in real life they probably have to do that occasionally. This would be a very sucky job in real life. And yet here I am doing it voluntarily. But not in real life. That's the catch. Whoa, hang on a sec. I'll take that, thank you, if you don't mind. If you do, I'll take it. I'm gonna check. I don't need the gunpowder. I got plenty more where that came from. There's only one. And I'm not likely to run into that many more creepers down here. If I do, I'll make them clean out the place. Yes, sir. I want to employ you as my cesspit cleaner. I think you do a wonderful job. They probably would. They just blow the rubbish out of all the... Yeah. Which is probably nearly big enough. Oh, I want to pick that up. I'm going to chuck something else. Squeaky chair. I'll tell you what I'll do. Aww. Not the string on the workbench. More light, please. We want well-illuminated cesspits around here. I hear you there, skeleton. You don't really want skeletons down there, Dunny. Mind you, it would be a pretty good place for hiding bodies. Since, I mean, people don't generally want to just come down here and hang out, so I have to remember that. 62. So I'm still only around just sea level. Crazy. Crazy indeed. I'm speaking in a weird accent. Not really weird, it's just not my normal accent, obviously. 2 more down, I think. That should do it. Oh, hey! An underground pool. We could almost have a real sewer system. Well, have water in it. I don't think we will. We want it to stink. Great. This is an inconvenient position to mine iron from. Is that seriously all there is? I feel gypped now. Oh no, there's more. Very monotonous work. Darkness! Baling baling. Kaboom kawoof kazoom kadam. Kalang kalong. Kabish kaplop. Bazang bazam. I'm running out of things to say when I place blocks. So instead I shall say random words and see what sense I can make after doing lots. And I'm missing 2. It's just not going to fit the tune. Huh. Now the floor. Floor, floor, dig out the floor, 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 dig out the floor. Let's throw Jim out the door. Hey! It's like every time you place a block, another one instantly gets zipped into your inventory. It's crazy! Really? Let's stop. Must be exhausted the supply. Finally, we're digging out the floor. And to give it some shaping, we'll do that. Actually, what I was planning to do. Doesn't matter if it's not very well lit, because it's going to be completely dark later. This looks like a love heart. Yes. Now we grab some of this lovely rich dirt. I think that looks good enough, or bad enough, as the case may be. Now where's our exit? I want out of this dump. It stinks like a sewer in there. So do I. Nope. Don't. Fine, we'll use 2 buckets. Then we can whack this back. And there we go. No one will ever know what's down there, except for me. And you. So, also what I've worked on... Why the hell is there a creeper in here? What the... Okay. That was not scripted. He probably just wants to book a room or have a drink or something. I'm sorry, but we do not serve creepy exploding guys. Whoops. That was accidental. I went to draw my bow and accidentally opened the door instead. Whew! I'm so glad I got that on camera. Where did he spawn? Anyway. Yes, we saw all of this. Upstairs. More windows and stuff with walls. So yeah, I have sandstone for all the interior walls. These rooms aren't really finished. This one's... I think this one's... Oh, we just need bookshelves on some of them. I want to put up some bookshelves here. That's right. And this one again, just I'm going to put bookshelves. This one has a little balcony on the front, in the corner. These are incomplete, but there'll be a room here. This one's again incomplete. There's a bed, a shelf, and a chest. This one has windows at least. That one there just had Linux. There's a skeleton on the balcony. He's burning. So yes, there's a balcony. This section, you know, just public. So the main hallway will be here. And the other section will probably come off that room that ends up being there. And for the roof, you can see in here I've got sort of rafters with the logs. Some of this might have like ceilings over it, and then that'll be an attic space of some sort. But I think at least some of the rooms will probably have a nice grand opening. And just so we can see the roof and access it for now, it's made entirely of stone brick stairs. Thought they looked well. There's a chimney, you can see it's got covered up now with a thing on top which stops light and rain getting down into the fire. You can see our lovely fountain. Quite a nice view from up here. But yes, of course this will be patched up. Once I'm done, I just want to check. I don't know, there may be other things I want to do up there. So that's about, I think, everything I've done so far. It's taking shape. It's looking pretty awesome. Oh, hi there, buddy. He's come to avenge his brother. Did a crap job of that, mate. So I've been keeping on hearing lots of noises down here somewhere. And it's come to the point that it's bugging me enough that I'm going to try and see if I can find the source and end it. This one must be a cave or something. Of course, I might have to get used to it because it'll probably be spawning in the dunny, but I've been hearing it before that, so that is the dunny, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is just in the dunny. They're just in the dunny. I did hear, used to hear some noises beforehand though. Seriously. How does one stop monsters from spawning in the cesspit? Oh, heck! Go down here, you dogs. Either I should have dug this deeper, so that I wouldn't hear the noises, or I have to get used to the noises. Hey there, just don't come down here, dogs. This is not nice stuff. Or I have to light this up. Can't really cover it in half slabs because we don't have half slabs made out of dirt. Oi! Quit killing yourselves, dogs. If I light it up, I'll be able to see it from up there. And so I'm very clever about hiding the lighting, so there's just enough to stop. Would you? Don't jump. Really, don't. I really am in the poo now. So you don't want to be able to look down the toilet and see a weird glow coming up from below. Oh, you watch it! Stop killing yourselves! Oh my goodness, it's just a... You sit right there. I'm going to think about this. See if I can come up with an acceptable solution. And I'll let you guys to ponder over what I do until you can see the next clip, which will probably be pretty much instantly for you. So you guys are lucky. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky indeed. So what I tried was covering everything down there in redstone, which is, of course, is noticeable. But remembering, of course, that from the top you're not going to really see too much of it. I'll go show you. All you get to see is that, which isn't too noticeable. I mean, you notice it, but you don't really particularly go, why is that that seems illogical. And, well, it seems to have worked. Like, I've just been sitting around nearby AFKing for a while, and so far nothing spawned in there. I think that's because of that. As far as I know, because it's a transparent block, and it's completely non-solid, individual mobs should be able to spawn there, but they also need an air block nearby to be the pack center or something like that. But I don't know quite what the conditions of that are, because obviously there are air blocks around there. But I don't know whether they need, like, which level it counts at and stuff like that. But I'm not quite entirely sure though, because if you have pressure plates down, then they can spawn on those. And like if you do that high efficiency mob system like I'm using. So I'm not entirely sure how the spawning selection works in regards to all that, but again, so far I've had no mobs spawning down there having done that, so that's a good sign. Also did a few things up here to prevent spawns. There was one block up there that was free, so I put a post and made a weather vane out of it, so it points towards the direction the wind's coming from, because that's the way the clouds go. And on top of here, that was a bit flatter. I just put slabs on top, so I shouldn't have mobs spawning on the roof. Yeah, what the hell? There is a creeper in the fireplace. In the fireplace, there is a creeper. The space which in the fire is occupied by fire is currently occupied by a creeper. This place in which that creeper is the interior of the fireplace. Oh. How do you get there? 18, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so we probably managed to spawn in there while it wasn't lit. Or something. That is quite crazy. That's another advantage of actually using real fire, as opposed to this fake burning carts. Oh, the time is right. Reach the arrows. I'm gonna have to have some torches a bit closer.